Alright, hey guys, this is Evan Brewis. I'm back in some Dungeon of the Endless on this episode. Um, Sorry about the last episode. I'm trying to get my audio balanced right. I thought I had it pretty good, and then I don't really want to have to redo that 20-minute video again, so I'm just gonna tweak some of the settings a little bit, and I found that the audio is fine if you're listening to it on a headset. It does seem a little low if you're playing or watching it on a TV, so sorry about that, but hopefully it's audible enough that you can understand what I'm saying. So for this one, actually, I did turn down the audio, but it seems like it turned itself back up. So I'm going to just cut the master volume down to 50. There we go. That seems better. But you don't really need the background sound as much in this game anyways, because there's no real audio cues or anything that tell you that something's going bad. The only time it usually is when you pick up the crystal. So for now, let's get on this mission here, see what we can accomplish. Let's go up this time, I guess. Usually what you want to do too when you open a door, one of the best strategies I've found is if you open a door and you don't have a major module off the first door that you open, it's better to turn around and go back the other way, because going back this way you could get your research. You don't want to go 2 or 3 doors and still find no major modules, but with this pod you have more chances to find module slots. So last time we didn't find our health food generator, so we're gonna need a lot of science, because we're gonna need to find that food generator and research it so that we can get food going. So I'm not gonna put down any modules for at least the first 2 doors, probably. It's usually better off just to wait, see what enemies are throwing at you, because then you can decide on what minor modules to put down to combat the enemies. Right now I'm seeing that my characters are just almost not strong enough for this. But I do have a fair amount of dust, so I'm pretty well set that way that I can just power up most of these doors. Okay, so I didn't find a major module that way, so I'm just gonna go back this way. Okay, so see, I found a major module here. Now I can put down my next module, because every door you get the whatever it says up here, like your +8 research or your gains, right? You're gonna want to build your major modules as soon as possible to get the most gains. Right? So let's put down an industry, because that will come in handy after. So our science is level 3. We're getting +8 from that science, but you get more from the industry anyways. In this pod, in other pods, it might not be the same. So you watch your gains, and if you have one that's like a low gain, you have a character that can operate, it's best to put that character operating the one that has the lowest gains. Or if you want to gain more for, say, food, because food is key to like leveling your characters up and keeping people alive. Okay, so now I leveled those both up. Now he can operate, so I'm gonna leave him operating the science for now, I think, and that will put him in the room where the people are gonna have to be walking by him. So then I will put down an auto-dock shard. This will keep him alive. It'll help keep him alive anyways. It'll give him healing. And so far we've only had anti-hero, but I don't really have a whole lot of science to power that gun. So I might just put down a Tesla module, because it will just affect anything that walks into that room. So for now, we'll just keep on trucking forward here. Okay, perfect. We got a research module right off the bat. I don't want to get anything really. Kip Cannon 2 would be nice. Since I don't have the normal prisoner prod to start with, Kip Cannon's my only real gun to take people down. And I don't really want to waste 10 signs this early because I don't have enough banked yet. Well, I mean, I'm only losing 2, I guess, if I reset the research. Well, yeah, let's reset it. Okay, so we got prisoner prods. See, bioorganic transference is nice too. Where Autodoc shards heal you, they give you 7 health regen heroes in the room. 50% health regen in rooms with monsters. Bioorganic transference heals up to 100 HP based on killed monster power and distributed to heroes in the room. So every person that you kill, it will heal you. Whereas Autodoc shards just heals you a certain amount. So sometimes if you can put a bioorganic and an Autodoc in the same room, you're pretty much like unstoppable. For now though, I want prisoner prods because they're just so good and they're so cheap. It only cost 3 science actually to put down prisoner prods, and it doesn't matter what level the prisoner prod is, it still only costs 3. So if you level up the prisoner prods like level 4, and then it costs 3 to put them down, they just destroy the enemies. Oh, sweet, self-powered room. So since this is a self-powered room, this will become a room to damage enemies because I don't have to turn this power off if I have to go back the other way. And I'm gonna throw down an Autodoc shard just to help me. This will be a room that I stop and fight people in. Another research module. Man, I really need the food generator. I'm gonna just let that sit there for a minute, actually. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so I found the dead end way. Oh, and it's the exit. Okay, so we'll power that up. So now, you could leave right now if you want to, but you're gonna want to try to get as much research, science and stuff researched for your next level. Because if you can get an easy run now, then next level, when it gets more difficult, you have stuff to start with. And man, yeah, those Kip Cannons are working much better now with 48 signs stocked. The more signs you have stocked, the more damage they do, so. Oh, sweet, what's this give me? Plus 9 signs. So, I'm gonna leave that one room behind dark, because they gotta walk a long ways to get to my crystal. That way I can power up this next room this way. But before I do that, do I have prisoner prods unlocked? Yes? Yeah, I do. So I'm just gonna throw down a couple prisoner prods because they're just so cheap. And once you get certain modules research, there's one that slows them down, Neurosyn module. It slows people down a certain amount, and it stacks when you level it up too. And it also stacks if you have more than one in the room. But if you put down a Neurosyn module and 3 prisoner prods, it's really hard for any enemy to make it by that. Okay, so here I'm going to want to put a couple prisoner prods, because this room is probably going to spawn people and I have no defenses behind me. See, and then that guy right there, he just goes right for the crystal. He doesn't care about my character at all. So then you gotta watch those ones because they will sneak by you. And see, those guys didn't make it. And every time if you leave a dark room behind you and you're moving forward, you gotta make sure that you check those back rooms because the enemies will drop dust from your guns killing them. and that could be the difference of you being able to power up the next room and win or not. Like, if you weren't paying attention and you had a bunch of dust laying around and you couldn't power, say, the next room towards the finish, that could be like the end of your run, right? And things can go sour in this game very fast. Okay, so these steles that you find, I hope I pronounced that right, I'm not sure, but sometimes they do good, sometimes they do bad. It's just the way they are, and they will tell you how many doors until that effect is over. So I have 3 doors to open before this thing goes away. For those 3 doors, I cannot operate. So even if my guy knows how to operate, he can now. So for now, I'll just bring him with me. We might as well have all the firepower together. Because now I cannot open the next door. So I think... I'll put a prisoner prod or something down here. Oh, that's not powered. So I'll put the prisoner prod here and here. An auto dock shard because I'll fall back into this room to fight. And if you can't power up a room, like say this room here is not powered, if I go to open this next door, people are going to spawn back here and get past me. So it's best to leave a character in a dark room, so then if people do spawn, it stops them from just walking past you. And this is a dead end again. Oh, a new character. So in the early game, it's probably best just to grab whatever characters you can get. Ken is a pretty good character, actually. He already has an active skill starting out. With certain minor modules in the room with him, he can survive by himself. So he's a good person to leave in like a defense situation if you want to leave him behind. Right now he's kind of a low level and I don't have the supporting minor modules to give him enough damage or health to stay alive, but you just kind of have to watch him. So I'm going to leave those 2 powered down. And I'm going to open up this door and power this as soon as I can. And hope that the people don't make it to my crystal. Yeah, see, they're making it to my crystal. You gotta watch it. Alright, I'm getting kind of fucked over here. A little bit. No, Ken's not doing anything back there by himself. And you gotta watch your health too. If you don't fucking make sure that your health is up, you will die. Oh my god, why is these guys so strong? My characters are so weak with this pod. They're a lot weaker than they normally are with this library card thing do. But usually those characters would not take that long to kill. Those are just like the stupid little person. So we have probably 1 door left. I should have actually been checking my researches, but that's fine because now I have a good amount that I can research something. As much as I want that Industry Gen 2, I really need to find food. And since I have 2 of these, I'm pretty sure I can reroll one of them without it affecting the other. And I didn't get anything, so. And now it's cost too much to. Okay, so I'll get the Industry Gen. Fuck it. Okay, and I still didn't get the food module, but this one here, Biomass Cannery, gives you 1 food every 6 monsters killed, divided by the number of players. So this, if you don't have the food generator, this is like the next best thing. But it does cost 12 industry to build. But the only thing is with your major modules, I think the major modules start out at 20. And once you build one, to build the next one it goes to 25. To build the third one, it goes up to 30. To build a fourth one, it goes up by 5 every time you build a module. At least these stay at 12. Doesn't matter how many you build, and it doesn't matter how high a level they are. So I'm gonna research that because I'm assuming that this door is probably gonna be near the last door. 4-2, I got 13 doors open. It's probably gonna be pretty close to being the last door. Oh, I better take a run back and see if there's any dust anywhere. Because that could be key to me not dying right here. So for now, I think I'll just move characters into this room. I'm gonna have to put some prisoner prods down to help me out here, because the characters are just so weak right now. And that was another thing with the library mod, or pod, you can't carry weapons. You have the weapon slot, but you don't find any actual weapons. So you're kind of stuck with your base DPS, and it's only based on your level, instead of like having a weapon that makes your DPS or attack power more, which just it makes it tough. Okay, so nothing spawned there, so move back. Fuck. Probably should have put some kind of health thing in this room. And always make sure to use your character's active abilities as much as possible, because they're every door or every 2 doors you get them back anyways. So it makes it, oh shit, I moved the wrong person. You always want to be using your abilities. Alright, so I figured that would be the last door. Okay. I think you couldn't go up to like 15 or 16 doors in a second. I've seen up to like, in later levels, up to like 35 to 40 doors that you open. And that gets really rough if you haven't found the finish yet. So, I think this time, I'm going to put an Autodoc shard here to help him. Like, my industry is massive right now. I'm getting huge gains, so I'll be able to take that to the start of the next round with me. Yeah, for now I'm going to power this room. Okay, so there's the last door. And we found some items. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure we found the last door. Usually every time you find the last door, if you have any research going, it'll just finish automatically. But I'm not quite sure if I do another research now, if I'll get it or not. But I do know that if you can't find the last door and you need to leave, sometimes that happens, you just need to like pick up and run. But if you're gonna do that, it is wise to research something, because once you pick up the crystal, all remaining doors that haven't been opened will open anyways. So once the last door opens, you'll get that research like immediately. So it is worthwhile just to do that. So all we can do now is just leave. So tell her to grab the crystal. Make her do it because she's the fastest. And then we have a safe exit. Like, there's nothing spawning in front of us, and the people coming behind us will never be able to catch us in time. So they'll probably all get killed by prisoner prods. You can see how good the prisoner prods work though. And that's only level 1 prisoner prod. I'm gonna get my guys down here. Go to the finish. Alright, let's exit. Alright, so that was the second episode. Next time we'll be on 4-3. Alright guys, have a good one.